Nyx. Okay. So that means first pick BINOMISTAS, 10th pick for Incubus.
All right. The last pick, the last bend timber. So what are BINOMISTAS trying to do here? Are they gonna Mars? Are they going to
remaining.
Snapfire? What's going on?
5 seconds remaining.
They don't know. They didn't think this through. Do we have players in the lobby? Yes, they are still there. Man, we really wanted that ABBA first.
Is this
Now
a
what?
simulation?
Big moment here. All right. Do we take Centaur? Do we take
Radiant
Puck?
team pick.
We take Centaur. All right. All right. We're off to a great
Mars?
start here, boys.
Plus what?
Now, do we take Mary's Phoenix?
I'd be okay with it.
Backtracking.
Let's go. You know, like Ench, maybe that would be a good lane hero to think about, huh? Down one game, time to
10
pull out the
seconds
Enchantress.
remaining. 5
A little pure
seconds
damage.
remaining.
Centaur runs away. Your impetus does extra damage.
I think we saw
a hard
Clock
counter.
being very good versus Stampede. There was a game,
Yeah.
I don't recall the series, but you would just hook shot cogs. The Stampede didn't do that much. I wouldn't mind a Clockwork.
Now, how about Faceless Void? How about him?
It's nice. You mean for
Radiant team
Incubus?
pick.
Yes.
I'm okay with the center. With the Void versus center. It's just that you don't really get the chance to kill the centaur as a Void, at least early on. So you want to make sure there's squishy targets on BINOMISTAS,
10 seconds
or else you
remaining.
end up in... do you guys remember that PA game? I think it was it
5
SG?
seconds remaining.
Yeah, like they had PA versus a lot of tanky guys. It's very similar to that. Like,
Yeah.
you want to be able to burst a couple of heroes without having to use Chrono or use BKB.
Dire
I was just looking, at Centaur, and I was just thinking, like, man, his popularity has survived a long time, and okay, we get green bird and Mars instead of red bird. That's fine. But I was thinking, like, Centaur. Well, statistically, I wonder who does the best versus Centaur. And Zaire, did you know, like, the number one popular support versus Centaur is Dazzle? At least in
Really?
pubs. Which is pretty good. Makes sense, right? In the laning stage, he wants to stand there and get hit, but he can't get hit with the poison.
Yeah.
Something to think
10
about for you
seconds
pubbers
remaining.
out there. I don't see it
It's true.
applying necessarily one-to-one in pros, but kind of neat. But there
5
actually
seconds
is a
remaining.
support that has a higher win rate versus Centaur, and it's the least picked hero in Dota 2. You guys tell me who that is in pubs?
Radiant
Is that-
team banned.
It's not Necro, is it?
No, it's a support hero. Very historically
Oh.
popular 5 in pro Dota.
Is it Wisp?
No, you're on the right page, though. It's Chen.
Is it
Okay. Chen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you like, let's take the most popular hero in
10
Dota is Pudge, of
seconds
course. He's in
remaining.
27% of games right now. Okay,
Mhm.
lots of Pudges
5
in the world. Your
seconds
Juggernaut's
remaining.
20% of games. Your Bristles even 18% of games right now. Currently, Chen sits at a staggering 0.46% pick rate, which means
Wow.
out of every 200 games of Dota 2 you play, you will encounter one Chen.
Wow.
That is depressing. The next lowest is Lycan, and he's double. He's at 0.94%.
That is really sad for such an
Dire
iconic
team
Dota
banned.
hero who's carried so many teams through so many big matches.
I mean,
Wow.
he's always been
Team
unpicked in
banned.
pubs, but that just sounds comically low.
Yeah, that's
That
rough.
makes me
Wow.
want to play some Chen. I think you
I
can
know,
win
just
some
to pump
games
up those numbers.
just because people don't even know what to do against him at that point. You can win just from the surprise factor. Like what
I'm not sure.
literally
that
what
way,
his
Zaire.
skills do. Hey, you go
not
load
sure.
up the
Oh my God,
MMR.
it's Chen, and they just
Oh,
sure
they
does.
run in
Jen,
fear.
they don't know what you expect.
Oh my God, I'm
seconds remaining.
panicking.
Dude, they see all
creeps
these
are
creeps
moving.
coming. They don't know what to do.
I thought Necronomicon was banned. What are these creeps?
Exactly. Yeah.
The confusion alone.
Dude, you go down below the Archon bracket, okay? And these poor guys, they've had 500 Dota games in the last 2 years. They haven't seen a Chen in like
10 seconds
years of their lives, man.
You're probably right about that. That will be confusing.
5
I know you
seconds
guys and your Divine and your Immortal games are like, oh, everybody knows what Chen does. I don't know, man. That rare, he's like a fine wine.
Hmm.
Can't afford it.
True.
Well, apparently he can't afford him in pro matches anymore either. He's just
Yeah.
too bad.
I
Ice Frog,
actually
bring him
saw
back.
Chen in a game in Europe, but yeah, it's very rare. I think the hero is underrated, honestly, especially with the teleporting options that he has. But
It kind of reminds me of that whole low tier discussion we were having of just like, why pick him when good
Yes.
hero will do? You know,
Yes,
it's
yes.
just like he's unnecessarily complicated to do very similar plays.
yeah, I think the problem is that the teleport only comes at 20 minutes. So like you're basically betting on this weird hero that depends on the spawn of the creeps and that people can block the spawns for like maybe a chance of teleporting carries at 20 minutes. So
Radiant team
it's
ban.
definitely. I think he's gonna need some buffs to get popular again.
Imagine if they pick Chen now, though. The oracles here.
Just imagine.
Just
Position
imagine.
4 Chen. I don't think it's
Well,
happening.
Similar to earlier, we're now starting to evolve into this place where the position ones are scary. It's like a ones meta if you can get pick of the litter. And we're again probably going to have 7 or 8 carries banned out here when this is all said and done.
Yep.
Troll's still in. He definitely sticks out for Incubus. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of looking like a troll game for them.
They did
No
pick the
jug.
Bloodseeker instead of the Troll, though, and it was open, right?
Radiant team pick.
It was.
Was Troll open last game? Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually shocking.
It was open. It was open.
I think I said it several times and then we just kind of moved on because they didn't pick it.
Wow, what is happening here? This could be Gyro
They
5,
banned the
Viper
Void?
5. What the hell?
I thought they might pick the Void. I'm a little surprised.
I think against that Fire Centaur,
10 seconds
you
mean,
kind of want to
yeah.
avoid melee heroes just because
5 seconds
even though you have Time Walk, you can get bursted before you even cast it.
I think
Yeah.
there's also merit, like similar to how I like the Centaur Medusa, the double movement combo for her to really get in position. It's the same with Void. It takes a lot of pressure off him to be able to run in with Stampede and then use the Time Walk a bit differently or save it and not have to just all in to get in position. So that's fair enough.
So I guess BINOMISTAS can pick a 5 here. Oracle
Radiant
is open
team
if they want to do that, but they get the 3.
Big bad tree.
Okay. Interesting.
Why a tree?
I guess they're identifying lack of push coming from Incubus, and they're like, okay, these guys are never taking our safe lane tier 1
10
ever
seconds
with these
remaining.
heroes.
Makes me think they're gonna pick some crazy one or something,
5
Good
seconds.
thing
like
they
living
banned
like a
that
Weaver or
tree.
something, like,
in your
like something really aggressive. I guess is what I mean.
okay.
I feel like Weaver looks pretty good versus Viper and Gyro.
Yep.
Trent, they're going safe lane TA. Are you ready?
That would be kind of hype. The living armor, the refractions, the stampede, be very hard to kill. And now, big burst down to the Mirana, more value in refractions. Picking TA into Viper, mega chads, as the kids say.
Yeah. All right. Similar but different. That's Morphling.
Oh yeah, morphin to Gyro. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
this is
money,
beautiful.
baby.
And Viper can
And-
break the Mars.
yeah. Can break the
living
Viper.
armor and cookies. Ooh.
Cool.
Very nice. I haven't seen a good Morphling game in a
BINOMISTAS
while.
draft just looks much better. You know, that you have this kind of weak hero on the
seconds
Morphling, but the Trin's going to protect him. You have a really strong off lane with that
5
Fire
seconds
Centaur.
remaining.
And they're going to be able to pick a good mini hero. They didn't ban a lot of mini heroes on both sides.
Bowie, BINOMISTAS are doing exactly what I wanted Incubus to do. Like Snapfire Centaur. That's the kind of lane combo I was talking about when we were loading into this draft. You know, like something that's just real objectively like meta good, hard to deal with, even if you've got relatively good heroes on your side.
Yes.
Who's our 5 here? Do we like this one Gyro, or now that it's
I
a
think they
Morphling?
should
Dire
put
Is
in
that
team
5 Viper and pick Leshrac.
I mean, they have
personally.
last pick right on Incubus, so they will
Yeah.
be able to make a good decision. Either mid Viper or carry Gyro, and you pick the other one.
True.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say now. What's
10
BINOMISTAS
seconds
gonna
remaining.
pick though? What are
Radiant
they
team
lacking?
ban.
Just a
Lino is
mid
pretty
mini.
well rounded.
Mini Puck
I'm
is
going
still
back
in.
to this.
Puck is
Yeah.
open, right? No
Yeah, I'm just
Lion,
pucking.
no Shaman.
And he's a crazy good Void Spirit too, so I'm just picking Puck or Void Spirit. I think either hero is completely fine.
Yeah, I think
DP
you
is
just
also fine.
want something that doesn't care about arena, so Puck and
10
Void are
seconds remaining.
very good in that department.
5 seconds remaining.
What do you take down here? I actually fear Puck a little bit more because they don't have any easy stuns besides the spear. Yeah,
Puck's
nice.
Good ban.
Puck's a
Good
much better ban, I think.
Radiant team.
I dig on the Void Spirit, Trent, and they won't go that way either.
This
More
is better
style
'cause
points.
it can lane versus the Viper. That's why they went to the Wind Ranger, I think.
Yes.
It's like Viper, like the Void Spirit won't have a fun time. He can live or whatever and not feed too bad, but
Well, they've got good shackle setups too. Like Treant's ult, that's a really easy setup for Wind Ranger.
and the
Centaur
eggs later
snap.
on, right? From the Morphling
Yeah.
combo. That was a good
Yeah,
one
dude.
before.
This is solid. This is really good. Not the most popular hero right now, but I think she's got a place. A well-crafted draft here from BINOMISTAS.
She's an up
I
one game
wish
kind of
Treant
hero.
Protector counted as
Yeah.
a tree for the shackle. You know, that would be much cooler.
I mean, you already got that
Damn,
with
I
Hoodwink. She
agree,
could drop
actually.
the tree, and then you
True.
land the shackle.
True.
But I don't know. Doesn't that get a little too close to the like Brewmaster style Cinder Brew lore? You know, he's actually a tree.
All right.
But Black
I like
Soul
this
Bat
Bat
Rider.
pick. I think it's really good versus the Treant. It's definitely a hero that makes the Wind Ranger a little sad because if she tries to man up on the Bat Rider, she dies very easily. I think this is a better draft from Incubus. This Mars Mirana, I hope they play aggressively. I hope Banjaz doesn't go for this weird Dasso build or something. You know, just press buttons, kill heroes, buy time for Burna, and we might have a game 3 in our hands.
Yeah. I agree with what you're saying. It is definitely better than the last game. And they have the tools to make it work. And if BINOMISTAS are like slack a little bit like last game, it would be easier to punish that this time from Incubus for sure. I still think that BINOMISTAS just have a crazy good draft though. I mean, they have Centaur Snap. This Tree Morphling looks pretty solid considering the matchup they're gonna have. They've known the matchup, you know, when they pick it with the Mars and the Mirana. So I think they're just feeling good. They have Morphling into Gyrocopter, so you can morph into the Gyro, get the flat cannon, do a stupid amount of damage. Just feels like everything to me looks easier for BINOMISTAS, and they're better players.
I'm really afraid of Benny just popping off and going absolutely crazy on this Morphling. They don't really have any traditional anti-Morphling heroes, you know, no AA or anything like that. They do have some options. They've got a lot of stuns and they will have some damage, but I don't know. Into the Gyros, it reminds me a little bit of how we feel like Morphling into an Ember Spirit or something. Even if the Ember Spirit is a pretty good team, it just never really feels good to be against the Morphling, right? Yeah, I'm going to go for BINOMISTAS, but I'm going to channel all of my energy into Incubus. It's the end of the season. I'm putting all my channel points on
Except
Incubus,
my
okay?
confidence.
I'm going all in. I hope I can just will this energy into existence so we get that game 3 decider just for a little bit more Dota. But here we go. Over to Gary and Theban. Gents, no pause. Take it away.
Yeah, here we go, game 2, and Bowie with a glowing commendation of the Incubus draft. Just cast your spells, and maybe you'll go to game 3. Maybe a little bit more difficult than that, as BINOMISTAS have shown in game 1. They are incredibly strong, and like Trent and Zoro were saying, this lane sets up.
Learn how to play Dota 2? Oh, well, just cast your spells.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Just cast your spells.
Press your buttons.
Easy games. Yeah,
That's how
to be
you win.
fair, you know, a lot of people would win more games if they actually casted their spells. Like I played, I play with a lot of pub players who just don't click their abilities, just busy right clicks.
Well, they're busy waiting for the perfect moment to cast their spells, when in fact the perfect moment is always. Just do it. Use your mana pool, cast your spells.
Yeah, but speaking of spells, though, I do believe that Radiant have plenty of good heroes. The Bat Rider on Black Soul, he's not really countered, right? No way to really stop the lasso from coming out and having some kind of a save for it. Maybe a Centaur Stampede with Aghanims late game. That's pretty much it. But, you know, BINOMISTAS, they got some slippery-ass heroes this game. Morphling, Wind Ranger.
And Snapfire Cookie as well to help out with that living armor of Treant. But yeah, Incubus have a lot of magic damage early to mid game. This Mars Arena can set up for some nice little Nether Toxin arrows, even that Firefly inside it, and of course Gyrocopter, the real strong position one for Burna offers you that magic and physical mix as he potentially scales And he's laning up with a Viper. That's a pretty potent lane. Viper, Gyrocopter. Both very oppressive, but you do have to be very careful
boy.
as Aretes. We've seen this time and time again.
so
You move ever so slightly out of your lane into that jungle area. He's fortunate to not die, but he takes a lot of damage in the process.
Jupiter skilled that little shredder just to be able to kill off the homing missile, so no cookie available to make that jump play with the centaur. And I think that's why they didn't get the first blood, but nah, Treant not going to TV back top, and he didn't lose too much while the Treant was gone.
Yeah, he's got himself 3 denies already. Benjaz was able to God's Rebuke, get a CS for himself, and do a bit of chip damage onto Benny. This is where the difficulties begin. Just getting slowed down by that Nature's Grasp. It's going to be so difficult to even look for kills here. You know, Treant's hiding in the trees. Difficult to find him. And Benny's going to have Attribute Shift plus Living Armor, so that's top lane unkillable. For all intents and purposes, BINOMISTAS just going to be staying power up there. So I guess Incubus aim for farm trade, aim for levels, and maybe, or they missed out on the combo. Benny already had Attribute Shift going, and this is that situation. If they mess up so slightly, you can't do it.
Whatever you can as a trainer, you just want to give the XP to Morphling. Like, that's what Morphling really needs to be able to become invincible. I do believe until Benny hits level 3, like, there is some potential for Incubus to try and get a kill on him, especially with some sneaky arrow. They got a lane ward too, so Sladen can see where that Morphling will be moving back and forth. Missed the spear. Yikes.
Yeah, Nuage just Leech Seed, plus the Nature's Grasp. He sustains himself, and Benny clears out the wave.
So, there's also another thing, you know, there's casting spells, but then you also got land those spells that you cast, right?
You do.
You got Mars Spear, you also got Arrow, so, you know, maybe Bowie should have gave better advice than just casting spells.
Oh, hello. Viper, he tried to save his Gyrocopter sitting in front of him, but it's that stomp with the cookie and double edge for Sexy Fat. None of this retaliate nonsense early on. He's going straight for that kill threat. And they're also going to get a nice pullback as well, because Centaur holds the Radiant Wave while Snapfire pulls back the Dire one.
Yeah.
So a lane victory
That
bottom,
kinda feels
good pressure onto them.
Like, you got this Viper Gyro lane that you're supposed to pretty much win because of that poison attack from the Viper. You got the long range too, but it feels really bad to just get first blooded. Black Soul. Oh, the cookie! Whew.
Dodges away from it.
That was close.
He verified as well.
Yep. Mini has to be careful too. He can't really chase because he has 7 stickies still on him, and the Firefly, the trail of it, would have killed him off. So,
but look at the CS, man.
Creeps.
Look at the CS in that mid lane.
14-11, 12-3, and lots of denies for Mini. Damn, it's a lot.
I guess that base damage is pretty strong on the Wind Ranger. 68 versus what Batrider's 0, basically. 51. He's going to have 54 with the branches coming out. So reliant on sticking a bomb to try and get the CS.
Exactly. And top lane, just Nuage blocking this big camp all the time. Benjas getting slowed a bit. Doesn't really look like they have any intentions of jumping him, though. Benny just about to hit level 4. He is under leveled, I would say, on this Morphling, because Nuage has been needed in the lane to get this Mars off him.
Yeah, I guess once he's got himself the Morbid Mask, the Ring of Bassi, whatever it is, he can self-sustain, and they're chipping away at the Mars little by little, knowing that Mirana isn't here.
Oh,
Slardin's gone to go farm jungle. Yeah, Jupiter down bottom. The stomp from Sexy Fat holds them back, so Jupiter surviving 50 HP with all those stacks up on him, and Aretes goes back onto the Centaur. He's got Tangos, he's got Ring of Health, but he's needed that cookie back and a Fairy Fire as well. Sexy Fat is close to death. He will survive as they do snipe Nuage's Courier top lane.
Yeah, it's so triggering, this homing missile just being killed off by the low shredder. Like, they could have gotten so many kills bottom if it's not for this Snapfire. And he's doing a good job of just holding the low shredder, so like not wasting it for harass or anything like that. Just waiting for the homing missiles to trigger that. He did it now, but that was like a point blank homing missile. It went out before Jupiter can come in and kill it off.
Yeah,
it's 50 gold too, right? That you get when you kill the missile.
Yeah, it's a decent chunk of money.
Oh, yeah. Just a casual harass, that's it.
9-stick charge Treant. Yeah, Slardin has basically, he's left this lane. I think Is he just trying to drag Treant away and give the 1v1
Yeah.
top?
He pretty much, because one Nature's Grasp and Leech Seed would just kill Mars off. So
Oh.
Benjas, he just wants to get XP.
Good attempt from Slardin, but now he's the one that has to jump and TP out. If that arrow had landed, potentially he could have had the solo kill on Tree. It wasn't to be, though. Now we start to see these CS scores rack up real fast, but Mini in the mid lane, Flamebreak and Lasso. Ooh, he doesn't get the Lasso, and the Focus Fire turn with Nuage and Treant arriving. They've got the Nature's Grasp and the Leech Seed. Mini looks like he might just be fine with Fairy Fire. He gets the kill on Batrider, gets away from the Firefly. He's surviving.
Damn, Mini's so good, man. He's just outplaying Black Soul so hard. Okay, Black Soul's tipping Nuage.
Burner. Oh, he looked like he was in trouble. He gets some good magic damage, though, onto Sexy Fat. Gets straight back in towards them. The poison attack stacking on Jupiter. That's 2 with a corrosive
TP.
skin as well. Jupiter gonna juke through the
running down?
trees. Alright, just gives up on the chase.
Well, I guess Jupiter got a freebie there, you know? I was gonna mention Black Soul, he tips Nuage. He's like, oh, if it wasn't for you, I would have got that kill on that Wind Ranger. Well, the Wind Ranger already outplayed you, Black Soul. I'm sorry.
Baited you into it.
Yep.
I guess if Nuage just wasn't coming there's no way Mini would have gone back in towards Lasso, right? He would have just run away.
Definitely not. He would have just been playing in and out with that Focus Fire. He was just completely baiting Black Soul the whole time.
Ooh. TP bottom. Wind Ranger
Cancel.
cancels it.
I think,
Decides-
yeah. Alright, cancel that. I mean, it isn't really an opportunity there. And we see Sladin right now just running through the jungle, you know, arrowing these big creeps, taking creeps away from BINOMISTAS when they decide to go into jungle. Nuage, top lane, Benjas.
And the first spear with the arena.
That's the arena. He got his 6 now, since Sladin has left the lane for a while and given the solo XP to Benjas.
Yeah, it's something. Not too many things they can get. And that Mars, you know, he is ahead of this Centaur in terms of how it feels to be in the lane in levels. And net worth kind of even between the two of them. Vanguard for Sexy Fat is up there.
Oh,
Wind Ranger
Gets
gonna
up the regen.
come down and bottles the regen. Yeah, right under the nose of the Mirana.
Just mini stuns take the regen. You know, Mini's individual skill is like really high.
Top notch.
Yeah, he's very, very, very good player. Alright,
Mirana's coming behind
wrong
them.
neighborhood, buddy.
Yeah, that false sense of security with the Mirana behind the enemies. Now the stampede towards Gyro. They know exactly where he is. Mini's also come in. Level 8 Wind Ranger. Shackle shots up. Burner looking dead. Mini claims the kill. And that
Blasted.
swift move down to the bottom lane.
Yep, no ulti on the Jaro as well. Called on. Decided not to scale that up. Sladin just trying to split push the creep so they cannot take this tower right now. Another good move by Sladin. He's been a pretty annoying player this game for BINOMISTAS.
It still might get found here. One leap left.
Oh,
TP attempt. Mini. Oh,
He got him.
just about. Finds him with a shackle shot. Kill
Oh, man.
achieved. Killing
That
spree
looked
for
like
Mini.
that looked like he was gonna get out. It was like a
It's like 0.1 second left. Oh, Nuage
Nuage.
his home has been
Trees are
burnt.
burning.
The Treant. Oh, then he just grasping the Leech Seed. He's dead. There's no point. He's got stick
Nuage.
charges, but
And his cousins all taking a fall there.
Black Soul with a bottle refill. What is he now? 600 gold away from Boots of Travel. He's got a stack built up for him in that large camp, but it looks like he wants to try and play towards top with the next Firefly. Get into Benny's lane. They've already shoved the Morphling out of there with Gyro's rotation. And Nuage is his job, as always, as the Treant. Stay in your safe lane. Try and defend the tower with Grasp in that living armor.
I would say Black Soul's pretty underfarmed, isn't he, Gary? Like, normally we would see 9 minutes, Boots of Travel's already up on Bat Riders.
Oh, tremendously
he's
underfarmed.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 net worth behind Mini right now. Of course, that's a 3-0 Wind Ranger. Now, that one death definitely hurting Black Soul's bat. And Slardin stealing
Mini-
creeps mid. Don't take those away from him.
Mini also has like 22 denies. Just crazy high.
Oh, they're trying to bait the Batrider up here. There's a shackle shot.
Uh-oh.
That's a pretty long latch onto the tree. The stomp and Black Soul's down. Boots of Travel delayed even further. The DD Mini getting speared in arena though with no wind run. He's got 14-1 charges. Can't get it off in time. Sexy Fat now stuck here and stunned under the Nether Toxin. He's been broken, cookied away. Jupiter trying to escape, maybe looking to trade his life for that of the Centaurs with a couple of body blocks, as Benny is looking to join in. The Morphling's thinking about jumping forward. He's got Morbid Mask. His strength shifts. And he's going to bodyguard the Centaur for now. But that kill on Wind Ranger, huge for Incubus.
Just gonna go back to farming. Yeah, it is really big. Black Soul, you know, he had 100 gold. Only if Marana didn't get those creeps. Maybe he could have had his Boots of Shadows. Actually, he gets it now. Was it a bounty rune take or something? Oh, must have been just some assist gold. TP's top, Nuage, not again. Oh no. Black Soul burning some trees again.
That's a freebie. Anytime he sees the tree and get straight on top of him. So that's gold towards Black King Bar now. And they've killed off Mini once, you know, slowing down his progression while keeping Gyro farming, who's now pipped them to that top spot in net worth.
We definitely want to see Black Soul continue to just make these plays, though, on the tree and just get these freebies if he can. Nuage can't afford to die to that Batrider like that. He's already so far behind. Now they want to smoke up and get a lasso play. Uh-oh.
The shackle shot. Black Soul, chain stun. Slodin doesn't even bother throwing the arrow at heroes. He kills the Centaur. He's just like, Black Soul, you're dead.
Creep. Oh
kills
my
this
God.
creep, yeah.
I mean, that two-man smoke play wasn't really going to amount to anything anyway. Like, who are you going to really run into? If you run into the Morph, you can't kill him. Centaur, same thing, in a Stampede. The only person that you can actually smoke with is the Mars. So, Batrider, like, he's got to just be farming right now. His lasso, he can hold it to maybe get solo kills on the tree, but other than that, he's way too underfarmed on Black Soul.
Yeah, I would understand that move a bit more if they had an Observer Ward or something, and they wanted to ward Dire Jungle, and that lets Bat push the top lane freely.
Yeah.
But they weren't really moving in there with any vision. And Mars now playing down in the bottom lane, so he's not making any active moves just yet, but grouping up with the Marana, the Bat, and the Viper. Is this a smoke play they want to make, or are they just going to hold high ground and hope that BINOMISTAS come towards them? Because they're being scouted by Dire Vision every step of the way.
They don't really have options to play somewhere else on the map, right? Top lane is just a tree pushing that lane out. You don't want to bring like 3-4 heroes there. So they're kind of just waiting and seeing if BINOMISTAS, they do make some kind of overly aggressive move. They can just drop the arena or use the lasso, get a kill, and just make a play onto the mid tower next. We see Gyrocopter pushing top out. He's rushing BKB on Burna. It's not often you see a first item BKB on Gyro. Because normally you see, what, Aghanims? Right? That's like...
Yeah.
It's most popular.
I thought it was going to be a Maelstrom even. Like, I saw the Mithril Hammer and he didn't really have anything queued up. It's interesting.
It makes a little bit of sense against the Stampede and the Overgrowth. Just a lot of stuns or ways to hold down the Gyrocopter.
It does mean that it feels like you're... Oh, Jupiter. Spotted out. That'll be a snap kill for Benjaz. Maybe give it to Black Soul so he can get closer to his own BKB. Yeah, burn through the snap. These BKBs are kind of indicative of Incubus thinking, when we get to mid-game, we want to win all the fights. We need to win all the fights. It's real commitment and investment into winning battles early on.
There's just some things you got to consider in this game is the Overgrowth after the BKB is absolutely game-losing for Burna. So he needs to make sure he holds that BKB or has another way of getting out of the Overgrowth, or your BKB is going to be completely nullified by one position 5 treant. Second thing is you need damage. Like, how are you going to bring down this Morphling? You're going to need to get Ags, you need to get Scotty, you're going to need like a Daedalus or something.
A Rapier,
really far behind. In like for all those items that you got to get. Even though his net worth is really good. It's just not sure, you know, he's in fighting condition quite yet. Oh, Sodden.
Triple leaps.
Okay. All right, he's
Little
out.
Triforce.
He did not hesitate.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I mean, maybe Mini... Was Mini there? No, it wasn't, right? Oh, I don't know if you could have got like a shackle shot or not. He was just like stunned by whatever was going on with Sodden.
That's their turn to play aggressively. They know the cookie's down. They're not going to waste the arena on her. Shackle shot doesn't latch to anyone behind. The blink stomp, though, towards Black Soul. They're trying to zap down the Batrider, but now they're stuck inside the arena. Morphling waveforms forward. They get the Batrider kill. Snapfire's still alive. I don't know how that's managed to happen. The urn is taking her down. Will finally die, but the turnaround with Mini. focus fire with that Maelstrom procking all over the place and the Blink Stomp onto the Gyro. That's the big target they wanted. And Benny into Gyro mode. He turns himself into the Helicopter Man and picks himself up a double kill while Mirana jumps in, but the
no more
one
leap.
pop is there. Benny's going to turn around and slot it and gives him the triple kill inside the Roche pit, which BINOMISTAS will gladly take. It's a 5-for-1.
That was so good. I mean, the Bat Rider just getting so low because the Centaur just jumped him, and they do get that nice arena spear combo, but the Bat's way too low to do anything. He couldn't lasso anyone up. I'm not sure if he had a buyback available or if he bought the Ogre Axe first, but they needed Black Soul in that fight. But now the Radiant's starting to revive. This Roshan is a little too low for
It's only 16 minutes in.
just to... Yeah, I think they can just go in there and take this now on Incubus. Oh wow, BINOMISTAS maybe making a mistake going for that Roche. I mean, it's very tempting with 5 heroes being dead and you're right outside the pit, but it was only 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Although they need Benny to... they need Mini.
They're healing up fast.
Mini to heal up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my brain with Burner, Mini, and Benny is really struggling sometimes. There's even a Benjaz. Benjaz, Burner, Benny, Mini. That's a real tongue twister. Yeah, they get them all back in, though. Kill off the catapult mid. A little bit of a standoff around Roshan, but Black Soul is invis. Dire sentries in place. They'll see him if he moves any closer. And now the attempt on Roshan. It begins, scouted out by the power shot, and the kisses landing
Good
in.
kisses.
The stomp counteracted by the BKB. Burner gets it off in time. Mirana has to leap away. Now Sexy Fat's out on the far left, while Mini being shredded by the magic damage inside the arena. They kill him off. Sexy Fat's still moving forward though, and this Morphling, he's huge. He shreds through a couple, and he looks for the Mars now. The Overgrowth holds them in. Slardin drops over the Sentry Ward of the Dire. Black Soul and Benjaz. Moonlight Shadow still up for another 5 seconds. Potentially enough to allow them to escape and slip away. And Incubus, they've got to give up on this Roshan now. Yeah, you're right. Benny and Sexy Fat in the pit. Black Soul considering this. Firefly ready in a second. He could break his way over the high ground into the pit. But the stop and the stun. Benjaz, he gets the Aegis. Benny's going to turn and try and kill off the Mars with a waveform, but that's a great little steal.
Still fight. Full HP Benjaz if he needs to. Yep, he's just going to back off. I mean, they got the kill on the Roshan and they got the Aegis. BINOMISTAS had to spend a Centaur buyback to be able to try and secure that Roshan. They don't get it. Oh, man. You know, Burna. This is crazy. Just going in, get the vision. Oh, Mars follows up after the Bat Rider. That was so clean. That's clean. I think Bat got the kill too, right? On the Roshan with the Firefly, and then Mars got the Aegis steal there. That was like, what, 3? I think it was 3 heroes going for the Aegis, but 2 were from Incubus. Because the Triad wasn't trying to pick up the Aegis.
That's true. Yeah, both Benjaz and Black Soul going for it. And you just got this Morphling like, what do I do? The Centaur got speared out. That's
interesting game.
Nice new lease on life for them. Incubus, that BKB from Gyrocopter definitely working out in that fight. The ability to BKB the Blink Stomp of Centaur made sure that they could just turn, on a dime towards that Wind Ranger.
The biggest problem still hasn't shown up for Incubus yet, and that's going to be the Morphling once he hits that late game items, and then he gets that Gyrocopter form, the flat cannon.
Yeah, we saw like shades of it in that fight. Oh, Benjaz shackled up, and the kiss is coming. Clear through the Mars. Burner's BKB is going to work though, and Mini doesn't have his yet. So Black Soul with the lasso catches the Wind Ranger. 2 huge pickoffs there for the Incubus side, while Morphling, he does get into that replicate and gyro form enabled. Takes him out of the rocket barrage and a few little hits. And we do definitely see the problem that you were explaining. Benny, he is the true carry. They're not super reliant on Mini. You focus the Wind Ranger and you lose your entire squad.
Yep, they went really deep for that Wind Ranger too, because the Wind Ranger does do a hell of a lot of damage with that Focus Fire Maelstrom. And this is the Wind Ranger without the BKB. So once that's up, it's going to be near impossible for Incubus to actually bring her down, especially if she's ready for those ganks. And you saw what Benny can do. He just waves into a backline, kills off the Viper, then he becomes a Gyrocopter, throws on the flat cannon, goes back into a Morphling form, and just destroys the team fight with a massive amount of agility and base damage the Morphling has.
He's going to have Scarlet soon as well.
Yeah, that's going to slow down Burna a lot. Not going to be able to move away from the fight. So I fully expect just Morphling, once he does have Scotty, to just wave onto Gyro, become Gyro, and just beat him up.
Have the face off between the two of them, yeah. We're still having this battle around mid lane. Both teams really angling towards tier 1s. Radiant Catapult surviving. Benny's there to bodyguard the tower as Incubus smoke in, looking towards that top jungle. Jupiter and Mini up there, and like you've been saying, Mini needs that BKB, so there's another minute or two of free farm he requires to finish it. And Jupiter's going to be the one that gets caught. So surviving on Mini.
The angle for the arrow.
Jupiter
looking pretty ugly. Oh, there
does get arrowed finally.
Yeah.
A little bit more drawn out than they would have liked, and he pops his wand. The rain drops the wand. Okay. Oh. Jupiter finally dies, but yeah, Mini survives, gets back to base, and then you lose the tier 1 mid lane because of how long that took.
And that arrow, if it doesn't land on the Snapfire there, I mean, they might have been able to turn this around. They might still be able to turn this around.
Aggressive TPs. Mini running forward, looking for the gyrocopter. Shackle shot catches him in the tree. Centaur wants to try and blink towards the Viper and the Mirana, though. These are the easy pickoffs that they can try and gather.
Plays.
Yeah, he's invis.
The vision?
And he reveal. There's a sentry on Treant. It's coming in, no worries.
Yeah, one support kill, they TP top, they defend the tier 2, they did get the mid tower, but BINOMISTAS, they're happy to just get these trades for now because they're just looking to get Benny farmed, right?
Yeah, they're pretty much ready, right? Benjaz onto Mini.
They need Scotty.
Oh, can he finish off this Wind Ranger? They've got the Flame Break coming in, the Stampede and the Runaway. Mini surviving. The damage over time is just enough. Black Soul goes diving for it now. He's forced, though, to lasso up Jupiter. Sexy Fan. He's got a blink, but no stomp.
Firefly's
Jupiter
out.
surviving for now. Firefly's done. The Moonlight Shadow's going to give him that escape. And Sexy Fan can't really get on top of him, can he? They can try Cookie.
Black Soul, he would have tried to go for the Jupiter kill, but he knows that they're all coming for him right now. He just wants to escape. Buy some time.
Benny's got him.
Slow.
Nature's Grasp flow. Yeah. Cooking forward.
Do they?
Thinking about the overgrowth. Oh, they don't. He's got Firefly back up.
Should have gone for the OG there. I mean, it's a kill that you had to just get. You know, you're spending so much time chasing down Black Soul. Black Soul making a correct play, not turning around, going for that Jupiter kill with another Napalm and a Flame Break, just escaping, buying so much more time for Burna. Burna has an Axe now, making his way towards an MKB.
Nice.
Yep, MKB Satanic. I don't know about the MKB. I mean, I guess it's important because of the Wind Ranger. It's got that Wind Run and you want to be able to kill her. But it's just so many items Burna needs this game, right? He needs Satanic for the lifesteal, then he needs Scotty to reduce the Morphling's morph ability.
And to tank himself up as well against all this damage. But now we're looking at the timing that BINOMISTAS... Like, this is what they were looking for, right? Morphling has Scotty. They've got BKB Wind Ranger.
Exactly.
They got time to flick that switch.
Items. No more defensive plays for BINOMISTAS. It's time to go. It's time to attack.
To win the game. Time to make the jump onto Viper. Hands himself over. Many still looking. Anybody here? Oh, empty ancient camp. Somebody was here not too long ago. And they do have a dire ward top. They see Burna moving there, and they probably know that Black Soul was lurking in the vicinity too. Some real quality vision here from BINOMISTAS. Especially with Roshan potentially spawning in about a minute. They want this area under their control.
They glyphed the tier 2 tower mid with 20 health left. They want to make a smoke play and lasso up this Morphling because he doesn't have Lincolns, right? And it looks like Benny, man, the discipline on this guy. Like that one hit on the tower, he doesn't stick around. He just backs right off as soon as the glyph shows. Very good play from Benny here.
And Moonlight Shadow. What do they got? A couple of sentries around. One up on the high ground. They could do with one just here in front of Mini.
As soon as he blinks
Does he get it off in time? They lasso the Morphling. Sexy Fat's coming in. They've got the spear. The Morphling's tanking with the overgrowth. He'll be given enough time to get off the attribute shift, and they turn onto Slardin. Blow up the Mirana. The kisses into the arena. Counteracting the play from Incubus. Little Shredder going to work onto Black Souls. They do lose their Treant. But the cause of Incubus still looking reasonably strong, especially Burna. But Yeah, they can't follow through. They're disengaged there from BINOMISTAS. Getting the Morphling
that
out.
was a blink reveal too by the Bat Rider. They were not able to delete the Morphling in the duration of the lasso. I mean, Sanjin Yasha status is an amazing item against these spells. They even try to like connect the stuns and get the vessel too. It just wasn't enough. Too tanky already with this build.
And yeah, that's without Manta Style, without BKB or anything. And he's going to have BKB potentially in the next fight. Definitely by the next Roshan fight.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big thing, right? Just be able to waveform in, become the Gyrocopter, click the BKB. Now you're no longer worried about these disables. Even you get lassoed with your BKB, Incubus don't really have a whole lot of physical damage. I would say 70% of their damage does come from their magic abilities, especially with Gyrocopter. Not quite there yet with his right-click damage items.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because Benny's got like 300 base damage when his Agi shifted, so he's turning into Gyro with basically with a rapier on him. Slardin did a bit of toying with the Mirana just now. He's been doing well individually, this Mirana. Has a Yules, has a Spirit Vessel, incredibly farmed. It's just been difficult to really converge together as one unit. And Incubus need to try. 4 heroes up top. Slardin can't TP there. He is stuck down bottom. And Roshan's alive in 50 seconds. Black Soul. Oh, the BINOMISTAS. A good blink away. Very quick escape, but now you've given up this area. Yeah, they'll deward, they claim the triangle. And Incubus
They want to play
struggling.
for Rosh. That's all they want right now. Just get Roshan. Control this area. Benjas.
Benjas shackle shotted. Attempts the TP, the damage coming, and that's the stomp from Sexy Fat.
Stomped. Come on, drop the voice line, Sexy Fat. Stomped.
You know you want to. Oh, disappointing. Oh, the arrow comes a little bit too early. 10 seconds for Roche. Huertes gonna deward mid. And BINOMISTAS playing very, very safely. They want to push out that mid wave a little bit, hold on to their side of the map for now. Maybe expecting the Mars will have buyback. And this arrow, perfectly timed, scouts out the Roshan inside his home.
Oh, wow. I see an Orb of Destruction on Snapfire. Yo, get that in there, Jupiter. Get that in there. I see him going for Axe too. Honestly, it's going to give it to Mini. Okay, Orb of Destruction on Mini. So that's another slow, more minus armor. I would love to see Jupiter this game just finishing off that Solar Crest because Morphling, that's who you want to just buff up, right? This is your Omega carry this game because there's a Gyrocopter on the enemy team and he can get that flat cannon. So just give them that Solar Crest. They already have Lotus Orb from the Centaur they can throw onto a Morph and remove the Vessel, which is really nice too. Just keep buying these aura items and Benny will take you home.
Radiant's top tower.
Put the steroids into him. I had forgotten about that mid tier too. Like you'd mentioned it a couple of times, 20 HP, they glyphed for it and all that. And then Benny just walks up to it, hits it once. Viper tried to deny, but he was a little bit too slow. Black Soul makes the jump. That's that BKB though. Mini gets it off in time. Benjas with the Spear Arena. Nuage is caught inside, but Mini's able to get out of there while Morphling, he's into gyro mode. Throws the spells towards them. Burner's BKB is out. They get the trade 1-for-1 for now, but Black Soul shredded. That physical damage from the orbs coming out of Jupiter and Mini, and the blink stop. It's going to catch Slardin's Mirana. A nice Yule Scepter, no leaves though, as 10 stick charges as Mini, Slexy Fat, and Benny's Morphling. They're all slipping away with like no HP. It's a DD gyro chasing them. The arrow catches onto Morphling, but they don't have the follow through. The buyback from Nuages. And the 2 kills they got on the Mars and the Bat Rider allow the BINOMISTAS to hold their ground for now.
Mind you, that was Benny without his BKB. He had 4,000 gold in his backpack. And now they're going to go out and fight once again over this Roshan. Incubus, they try to make a good play. It would have been beautiful had Mini not popped his BKB when he got lassoed.
It was so fast.
So fast. If they got that Mini kill, I think Incubus were going to destroy that fight and then take Roshan and just turn this game all around. But now Benny's got the BKB. They're going into a pit themselves. They just need to get some good vision out here.
Just what are you hiding, Michelle?
Dragging that Roshan off to the side so the arrow hits him and not the heroes. Nice little micro play by Benny. Incubus. They're considering this. Another arrow. And again, it lands on Roche. Benny's nearly soloed this
They're smoked
without
up.
too much help from his squad, but yeah,
Oh,
he
this is
feels
so
something
tricky.
coming.
This
He
is
falls
everything.
back. They walk to high ground again. It is second Roche, don't forget. So the cheese as well as the shard on there. Burners into the pit. Roshan, 2,000 HP remaining. Benny takes out the sentry, dodges the arrow. They've got to know something's not quite right, and they blink stomp straight onto the gyro, down to half HP. They're trying to blow up Burner. Roshan's going to fall. Aegis for the gyro. He gets Benny as well. Arete slays the Morphling. BINOMISTAS with a monumental cock-up around the Roche pit now. Going to lose 3 heroes in a row.
He didn't click his BKB. Oh, they got the
Just-
Aegis though. Sniped off by Mini in the back here with that focus fire. All right. So at least they got the Aegis out of the way. Okay.
Sure. We talked about just casting your spells, but what about just casting your items, Theben?
Jesus, can we see that fight again? Because that was some crazy stuff. I thought Burna, yeah, there it is. They jump in. And how does he get speared? Just click your BKB, kill Burna, take the Aegis, right? But he gets speared of all things on this Morphling. He tunnel visioned so hard
Dire's middle tower
onto the gyrocopter. Forgot that he had a BKB.
is under attack.
Sag.
Yeah, incredibly. I mean, the Black Soul, he's pushed it a little bit too far bottom.
Mini
Mini,
again.
Dire's middle
Oh, Mini.
the savior.
Yep. Once again, I mean, first he got the gyrocopter Aegis kill. Now he's got the Bat Rider kill. And there's 60 seconds. BINOMISTAS are out without a bat. And, sorry, Incubus are out without a bat. And now BINOMISTAS can go and make a play on the map. You know, Mini's having so much fun. I'll tell you that right now. He wants his game to drag out. Because he wants to be that guy, you know, with the MKB and the bots level 2 and just blinking around and agonyms, you know. He just wants to be slaying people all by himself this game. Because that's what this game is on pace for.
Did Incubus get everything from Roshan? Like Mars Shard, Cheese got picked up, Aegis got picked up.
Yeah.
They got everything, right?
everything.
Not a single
It
item went
looks
to
like it.
BINOMISTAS.
They got the cheese. Yeah, Gyrocopter's got that right now. Because they got destroyed, right? As soon as the Morphling died, BINOMISTAS couldn't bring any more heroes into the pit. So they just had to run away from the pit. And that's where Incubus were able to pick everything up.
shadows take
Just imagine one BKB. Our South American DPC bingo. Every time you can always rely on someone not clicking BKB.
Yeah, 'cause that was close to game over. If that was BINOMISTAS grabbing Aegis, Cheese, Shard, you'd kind of
Oh, yeah,
consider
definitely.
Incubus just out of the running.
attack.
You
Some
BINOMISTAS
real
would
stroke of
be
fate.
Top lane right now, taking the tier 2 and walking into the high ground. That's what we would have been seeing from BINOMISTAS if they're the ones with the Aegis and the Shard.
And now, instead, you know, you're looking at Octarine Core from Bat Rider soon. And his BKB is down to 6 seconds, and he's not had the best of times, but Black Soul still doing his job, blinking and lassoing the Wind Ranger. Ben just has a BKB, Aretes has that Glimmer and the Veil with a Force Staff he's just picked up. So they've got tons of maneuverability to allow the Gyro. You know, you mentioned he could have difficulties if the Morphling just BKB waveforms on him. They've got ways to maneuver Gyro around and use the cheese, use the Satanic, get
He
his
sold
BKB
it.
going.
Under attack.
He sold
No.
it. He wants a Hex.
He's going, ooh.
Yeah, he wants
That's a
to
bit
get
spicy.
the sneaky Hex onto the Morphling. Oh, look at the sneaky TP's top lane.
They're coming in.
Cheese though.
Straight onto him.
No cheese.
Where did the Gyro go? Aretes there. I mean, there's no way you're saving him. He's walked into his own death too.
That was so sneaky from BINOMISTAS. Just TPing everybody deep into the trees there. Going in with that blink shackle shot. I don't think he expected to die. He has cheese. He has a Reaver. He has so much health. Magic resist with the cloak. Big place, Mini.
He just
Big
gets
place.
obliterated. All right, now what do we do? Like BINOMISTAS, they
Go
get
high-
that
go
kill.
top, tier 2. Yeah.
Get the tier 2s, yeah. Stop
play
playing
it
for third
safe.
Roshan.
I mean, 50 seconds on Jaro is quite a long time. It depends on what Incubus try to do here. How many heroes they're going to show on the map.
Radiant's top
Bat Rider shows bottom. We might just see a high ground play from Incubus to force that Bat Rider back.
Who's making that call? Is it Benny saying, I'm strong
Oh,
enough,
the
just go
creeps are
with
dead. Nah, they can't go anymore. The arrow from the Mirana, he's got Ags. So he killed off all the
Holy
creeps.
crap.
under attack.
It's an incredibly farm Mirana, I'll tell you that. Spent a
Yeah.
lot of this time like running around and arrowing creeps, so Got good
Arrowing
network.
centaurs in the jungle.
They want to try and go on Benny. Oh, they're so scared. They don't know where everybody else is, and he was all by himself too. Oh, so unfortunate that they don't have any information on the other heroes of BINOMISTAS. They don't want to jump the Morphling and get caught with their pants down.
Yeah, Mini's not even showing bottom lane until he power shots the wave. And now you've got Benny's Morphling sitting in the mid lane, backed up by everybody. Arrow slides past them. And the BINOMISTAS, yeah, they're going to try to get some wards and sentries down to maybe spot a Moonlight Shadow coming. Oh, Mars blinks in aggressively, and that opens him up to getting stomped out. Arrow on towards Sexy Fat, the BKB from the Morphling looking to chase forward. Doesn't want to turn into the Mirana. I think he considered it there for a sec.
He's not hesitating anymore, Gary. He's waving in, he's clicking BKB right away. He's like, no, I would not allow myself to disappoint my team. And just gets the kill onto Mars and resets. It's going for Daedalus too on this morph. Oh, that's going to be sweet.
Yeah, I guess, you know, Gyro has not gone for Butterfly or anything. He's finished off that MKB. Going Scardy next. So yeah, just
Exactly
go
the
raw
build
damage.
that, we were talking about, right? Like, without all of these items, the Gyrocopter can't really play this game. Or he can't really be impactful for his team. So he's going to need the Scotty, and then after that, hopefully he's going for a Rapier. And that's when, you know, Incubus are in a position to really take over this game. Roshan 2 was a failure in the end.
They're not set up for this.
Yeah, they're not.
They don't
So
have
much damage
Glyph on
onto this tower.
Radiant. Double catapults, Morphling. Oh, staved and gobbled, spat out by that Blink Aghanims from Jupiter.
the lasso.
Though,
He's got a
coming in.
BKB.
They're trying to catch the Morphling. The Blink Stomp going to try and save him. Benny waveforms away, and Mini standing his ground with that focus fire. Focusing in onto the Gyrocopter, forces the cheese as the kisses come in. Launched out towards them. It's a good arena, though. Spearing Sexy Fat and killing off the Centaur. Using Jupiter, the Mirana lands a short-range arrow, but Benny's back in towards the Gyro. Slays the Viper.
Holy
Gyro's
shit,
gone. Burner falls, and Benny's damage. It is substantial, in it. Triple kill for the Benny Morphling. Make it an ultra. Oh, come on. Come out of your base. Give this man a rampage, why don't you?
He deserves it. Give it to him. Just kidding. They're still trying to win this game, you know? I mean, that was so close. When Benny got jumped, I was afraid for him, but he got the waveform off, got the Lotus onto him, he healed up a little bit, reset, waited for that BKB to cool off, saw the fight, saw that Gyrocopter has already popped Satanic, so then he waveforms back in, becomes Gyro, and just destroys everybody.
I was wondering where these bloody salves are coming from. Oh, Mini. He didn't quite cancel the blink on Black Soul, so he actually just jumps away. But Treant was walking around with like 4 salves. He salves Mini, salves Benny, puts the living armor on him. He's got Holy Locket. No, wait, does Holy Locket improve salve regen?
No.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Is it their abilities, is it not? Amplifies heals you provide.
But is a salve is a heal you provide? So. I've never thought about that before. Like, if you use it on, like, not if you give it to...
Top tower is under attack.
Worth testing, maybe. Holy Rocket, though, such a nice little bat. No, come on, don't ruin my fun. Just say it works.
Okay, it works, but it
Nice! Damn it. There's a long spawn on Roshan, Theban. It's a real long spawn.
It is. And now the Morphling is going for a Satanic next too. You got it. Incubus, you got to do something right now. You get this Morphling to Satanic, then you can just kiss this game goodbye. They're going to need to get some kind of a kill. And everybody on BINOMISTAS are so tanky, Gary. Like, even the 2 supports, they're both strength heroes.
Yes.
Treant, 2.3k health. Snapfire, 2.8k health.
Nutty. And tons of armor as well. That's
they're under division.
Benjaz goes onto the Treant. They've got a lasso towards Mini. He's been gobbled up, though. The spin out from Jupiter saved Mini, but he's put him into danger again. Benny now battling Burner, and Benjaz there. They've used up the Morphling inside the arena. They've got the Sexy Fat running in with a stampede and the kisses. They blow them up. Gyro and Mars hit the deck. Aratus now on a Ghost Scepter, but the home missile and the rocket barrage from Benny in that Gyro mode is going to clear through the Viper now. Flying back out from Mini as well, knowing that this game is close to an end. He moved forward with the boots of travel, wanting to catch any more stragglers, find Slud in, and maybe they can break high ground. But it's more likely going to be that Roshan in a minute.
Better not
just the sheer damage output from the Morphling is just far greater than the gyrocopters. You know, both these heroes are trying to man fight, flat cannon, and try to do the best that they can, but it's just not enough. And you can see here in this fight, you know, they go onto the tree first, very good play, but Morph, all he's doing is waiting for the gyrocopter to show himself. Becomes gyrocopter, both the flat cannons going out. You know, Satanic gets popped here. That Yules though, I don't know about that Yules, Gary. That was really questionable, because I think Sladin should have been going for another target using somebody else, because they're already hitting this Morph who's right in front of them. You just bought enough time for the Centaur to come in, help out, and get the kisses and kill off your team.
It stopped the Gyro from life-stealing as well.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't able to hit anybody. They
Very
glyph up that
awkward.
tier 3.
Yules there.
They've got to know now, you know, Mini did buy back in that. So if they're able to find him, maybe with a Blink Lasso, the Mars Arena, catching that Mini Wind Ranger could be a massive boost for Incubus, but they still do lose that mid lane of Barracks. And Roshan alive, while BINOMISTAS are all respawning around that time.
And we got level 25s now on BINOMISTAS heroes. The Wind Ranger got that 25% cooldown reduction. Wow, not the invisibility. Interesting. Going for the Roshan. No Aghanims for Wind Ranger, sadly. It's just going to be a refresher shard for, I assume, Jupiter. Who's going to take it? Sexy Fat? No? Yeah, it's going to be Jupiter. Okay, cool. So 2 Gobble Ups, 2 Mortimer Kisses if needed. That's going to be cool.
With a Spell Prism too. Oh, it's Moonlight Shadow. They've got vision. The Radiant see them. The BKB from Benjas misses the God's Rebuke. And Mini, he's got the Aegis, so not going to use his BKB too soon. And Morphling, he's running towards the Gyrocopter. Waveform's in towards him. He's got his BKB going.
Centaur.
This is a little bit scrappy from the BINOMISTAS. They've got the lasso now onto the Wind Ranger. Her BKB's up. The damage from this Morphling, though, shredding through Black Soul. Clears up the Batrider. Benjas, even with his Bulwark up, destroyed by the Morphling. Viper crumbles. Buybacks coming out of Incubus. They're trying to stand their ground against this, but Black Soul is just being pummeled. Benny's Morphling, even with that strength morph up to pretty much maximum, he's doing so much damage. 300 odd damage a hit. Gyro and Jess wants Sexy Fat real bad. Mini,
He's got no damage on
he's
Morph.
lost his
He's
life.
gotta be careful.
Wind Ranger's dead for 2 minutes. They're going towards Benny. Oh, he's got Satanic in 4 seconds. This is a little bit risky, though. Arrow after Yules. They miss out on the combo. He waits into the arrow. No, Benny, what have you done?
You remind me of someone.
That's what you call mind control right there, Gary. Just wave into the arrow. I don't know if that was 1,000 IQ or 5 IQ, but we like what we see. God. He just missed the arrow on the Yules and then lands it because the Morph waved into it.
Well,
Gary, speechless? You there, buddy?
that's Dota 2, the video game, everybody. These things happen. Dear Lord.
Yeah, and they managed to hold, you know? And the scary part is now Gyrocopter has a rapier. So this game is like by no means over. This Gyro, you know, he's really good at clearing up mega creeps, and it's not even complete mega creeps yet.
Just the super
And
creeps,
they
yeah.
can just, yep, and now you can just pressure up BINOMISTAS. They're gonna have to be very cautious. It looks like Morphling is also queued up his rapier because he feels like he needs that to be able to seal this game.
Because they used everything, right? The Aegis, the Cheese, Refresher Shard, everything was popped there by BINOMISTAS, and they still didn't convincingly win a team fight. There's even a DD rune spawned down at bottom lane. Oh, Gyro. Go on, burner. Somebody scout that man's double damage rune.
You know, I want to tell you something, Gary. This is my pet peeve. I hate this so much. Like, I get so triggered every time with core players, okay? They get Aegis, right? They run at the opponents and they meet their opponents and they don't click BKB until they fucking die. Why? You just got Aegis. It's there for 5 minutes. Just click your damn BKB, sir. You know? That's what happened with the Wind Ranger. Mini just ran in like a maniac, assuming that him tanking all these abilities is gonna do something. He just died to a homing missile, revives, and now they don't have Aegis more. It's like no advantage. Plus, you were dead for like 5 seconds, so Incubus had this opportunity to fight your team for that 5 seconds, and you're out of position the whole time.
Exactly. Like sometimes it's okay, you know, baiting people in. But when you are clashing 5v5 head to head, that's a few seconds where you are dead and not accomplishing anything. If you're using that Aegis, then the rest of your team is being swarmed over. The arrow onto Nuages. Trian, he's shoved down to the low ground. Into the back, though, they catch Burner! Gyro's blown into oblivion. Benja slowed by the Skadi and the BINOMISTAS. The counter initiation completely catching Incubus off guard. Black Soul blinks away. Slot in now. He's got a lot on his plate to push out these lanes because you just know that BINOMISTAS, they are running down mid to kill tier 4s and the throne.
If BINOMISTAS baiting under their vision, just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. Sexy Fat finds that big initiation onto the gyrocopter. Look at this. They got the tree with the arrow, and they just tunnel vision onto the tree. And look at this. Boom! Big stun. As soon as the gyro walks into the vision, go all in onto him, burst him, get the rapier. Yup. I mean, there was no way he was gonna get out of there alive. All 3 cores of BINOMISTAS just going straight for that gyrocopter.
That was a 900 damage Wolfling coming for your tier 4s. 3 heroes dead. And it looks like game over. Mini BKBs, they Lotus Lasso back on the Batrider. That beautiful timing, real spot on stuff from Sexy Fat, and that's it. Game over. Batrider's out with there, disconnects before saying anything. And some massive chat coming out of BINOMISTAS. Oh boy.
Oh, I think. Let me guess what they're trying to say, okay? Slayden, he's a very high MMR player. He must have, flamed someone on BINOMISTAS, calling them, oh, you're just AK trash or something. And now BINOMISTAS are out here trashing Incubus because these guys, they know how to play like a team. They pick good heroes. They play well. They play to their own timings.